So in the previous sessions, we have learned about navigation cards. Okay. So that is back button navigation, ancestral navigation, descendant navigation. So how to create a navigation drawer. Okay. So we have learned about in the previous sessions. Today we are going to learn about lateral navigations. So with the tabs and swipes. So in the lateral navigations, how we are going to use tabs and how we are going to use the swipes. Okay. So where if you use within the lateral navigations, okay, the users can able to go from one sibling to another sibling, okay, from one parent to another child. Okay, for example, if you have any top stories, as you see in the diagram in the slide, okay, you have a top stories or a cooking news or a technical news or any cricket lines. So that is the tabs. Okay, it's going from one category to one several categories. It's a different categories will be there. So the users can able to swipe across the categories. Okay, so that is in this figure you are seeing the lateral navigation from one category to one category screen to another category. That is the fig in this number one. That is one category to another category. Okay, you can swipe like this. Okay, for example, in your news application. So leave that news application. You have a WhatsApp application. You have three navigations, lateral navigations will be there. So, for example, so if you see WhatsApp, you will be having a chat, right? You'll be having a chat, status, calls. That is three things, and one more camera will be there, right? Those are all the tabs. How you are going to move? You can swipe across it. So that is a lateral navigation. So second is lateral navigation from one story screen to another story screen. So for this, you can take an example of a news feed where you have a different categories will be there. Okay, different siblings will be there. See, there's a cricket news, entertainment news, technology news, likewise. So within that, you will be having some stories. So there also you can swipe. So that is one story screen to another story screen. So likewise, as you see in this example. See, one more best example is, for example, as I said, WhatsApp in your Gmail also like this. Okay, they will be using a lateral navigation to swipe from left to right. Okay, so how you can implement? You can implement lateral navigation with tabs. Okay, that going to represents the each screen. Okay, you can implement this lateral navigation with the tabs so that that can be this lateral navigation can be represented on the each screen. So tab appears across the top of the screen. Okay, this tab's going to be appear across the top of the screen. Okay, where you see the tab, so here in this, here is a tab. Okay, it will be below your app bar. This is your app bar. Okay, that the tab will be your below the app bar. So where tab navigation is common solution, where you can use tab navigation as a common solutions whenever you are using a lateral navigation. Okay, where if you use this lateral navigation, so from one child to another child screen, that is sibling. So where it will be in the parent screen only. Okay, it will be in the position will be in the hierarchy and sharing the same parent screen across the different sibling child, or the different categories. So what is the two benefits of tabs? Okay, what are the two benefits? So since initially selected tabs, so user already have access to the tabs content from parent screen without any further navigation. See, for example, you have, for example, in your news application, if you have built like for top stories, one activity, for entertainment, one more activity. So if you click, it will go to the another activity. So that will not be happen within a single screen. Only users can access the different contents within the parent screen. One thing. So users can navigate quickly between related screen without needing to revisit the parent. See, as I said, so if you have a different activities for different categories, what happens? You need to go back and you will go back to the parent screen, and then you have to click another category. Then you will go for the another activity like this. So those necessity will not be there. Okay, within the parent activity only. So there is no necessity to revisit again and again the parent screen. So within the parent screen, if you use these tabs within the lateral navigation, within the parent screen only, you can have all these things. So what are the best practices when we are using the tabs? What are all the best practices you need to do? So tabs are usually laid out horizontally. So tabs will be in the horizontal. Tab should run along the top of the screen, and also it should persist across the related screen. What content will be there, it should know correctly. So designated content reasons would be there when you are tapping the tab, when you are clicking the tab. So whatever the tab indicators will be there, it should remain all the times. See, for example, in your tab, in your news application, you have different tabs, like as I said, cooking, entertainment, technology, industry. So like so many categories will be there. So if you click entertainment, you will get all the list related to the entertainment. Same content will be there, but the tab will remain the same. So tab should not go. So tab should always be on the top of the screen. And the persistent screen all across related screen. So switching to another tab should not be treated as a history. So next, as we have known about the benefits and practices, how we are going to implement these tabs in the Snapchat application. So how we are going to implement this? So the different steps will be there. First is defining the tab layout, implementing a fragment for each content stream, adding a page adapter, creating an instance of the tab layout, and you need to set the text for each tab. And next step is using page adapter. You can manage the screen views. So next is setting a listener to determine which tab is pressed. So for managing the screens, we will be using the page adapter. So which particular category has been clicked or been tapped. So we need to, for that, we need to set a listener so that it can determine which tab has been particularly clicked. Okay, let's see all these steps one by one. So next is there are standard adapters will be there. So as I said, using the page adapters, we can manage the screen views. So there are standard adapters for using fragments. Okay, first one is fragment pager adapter and fragment state pager adapter. So fragment pager adapter will be designed for navigating the sibling screen. Okay, it will be fixed small number of screens will be there in the fragment pager adapter. In the fragment state pager adapter, so it will be a collection of screens. Okay, this will be design paging across the collection of screens. So there will be a number of screens may be undetermined. So many screens will be there. So this fragment state pager adapter is going to destroy the fragments, okay, where user navigates to another screen. So that by using this, it can minimize the memory usage. Okay, memory usage will be minimized if we are using a fragment state pager adapter. So let's see all the steps to implementing the tabs. First is defining the tab layout. Okay, to use we need to use a tab layout when we want to design this layout. We need to use a tab layout with element. So tab layout for the app bar. The tab layout for the tabs will be below the app bar. Okay, we need to set this tab layout exactly below the app bar only, so that it will be user can see and come to know what it is. Okay, and view picture within the root layout to switch child views. So within that, if you want to switch the childs, okay, different categories are the child. We need to switch between the child views. So that should be the view page within the particular layout. So how? So this is an example. Okay, this is an example where you can use like this. So toolbar. So within that, you can have a view page. So for each child view, we need to create a layout file. Okay, for each child view, we need to create a layout file. So for example, you have one entertainment. So that is one layout file. Category stories or any entertainment different. So likewise, you need to create a different layout file for each child view. So it's just we came to know about how we are creating. Next, we need to know how we are going to implement each. Okay, how we are going to implement each fragment. Okay. So those are all the fragments. How we are going to implement each fragment. So what is this fragments? So it's a portion of user interface. So within the activity, there will be, so we can use a portion so that user can interface or interact with that particular portion. So like you can say it's a mini activity. So within the main activity, you can have some mini activities. So that particular mini activity will be having its own life cycles. Okay. So how you can implement this each fragment? So you can add a class for each fragment. Okay, for each of the fragment, you need to add a class. Okay, so that it represents the screen the user can visit by clicking the particular tab. So each class should extend fragment. Okay, whatever the class you are going to define, that particular for each fragment you are going to define a class. So each that fragment class should extend the fragment. Okay, and after extending the fragment, so you need to within that particular class we need to inflate the layout. Okay, which particular screen has been associated, that particular screen should be inflate the layout. Okay, as you see in this example. So in this example, so this particular class is a fragment class, which is going to extend the fragment class. Okay, what this tab fragment one, which particular we are going to have that child views. Okay, so that is going to extend the fragment class. So within this particular class, we need to inflate the layout. Why? Because that layout is associated for the screen. So here we are going to inflate the layout. Okay, this particular layout through the ID. So container. Okay. So next is adding page adapter. So how we are going to, as I said in the implementing the steps, so we need to have add a page adapter. So using the page adapter class, you can populate the pages. Like pages means the screens. Okay, where you can populate the screens. So inside the view pager. Okay, inside the view pager, we can populate the screens by using the class pager adapter class. Okay, so where it is a layout manager. Okay, this view pager is a layout manager where this view pager is going to use flip left and right through the screen of the data. Okay, so view pager is most often used in conjunction with the fragment class. Okay, view pager will be used with the fragment class where it is a convenient way to supply and manage the life cycle of data. Why we are going to use with the view pager with conjunction with the fragment class means, so you can easily supply the whatever the way you want, and also you can easily manage the screen life cycle. So as we studied the activities life cycles, you can manage those life cycles. So how we are going to add? So you can add a page adapter where that page adapter is going to extend the fragment state pager adapter. Okay. So as you see in this example, so as as you see here, class pager adapter is going to extend fragment state pager adapter. So why this fragment state? So it will be across the, it will be having a collection of screens where it is, you can navigate to other different screens, and also it is going to minimize the memory usage if you extend the fragment state pager adapter. And also you need to have the following things, that is define the number of tabs. Okay, you need to define how many number of tabs is required within your application, and also you need to use, it uses this get item method of the, in the adapter class you will be having a method get item method we need to use, so that by using this method we can determine which particular tab has been clicked or which particular tab has been tapped. Okay, so next is you can uses a switch case. So why the switch case? So block to return the screen to show based on which tab is clicked. So as you see in this example, this page adapter is extends the fragment state pager adapter. Okay, so here we are having defining the number of tabs. Okay, here public page adapter constructor, we are using a constructor page adapter. So this dot number of tabs, number of tabs. Here whatever the value is going to get, so that will be the particular context. So we next step is we are using a get item method from the adapter class. Okay, so why? To know that which particular tab has been clicked and what it has to be do. So here we are using a switch for that. We are using a switch case for which for that we are creating an instance. So after that, what the override method is get count. It means what how many number of tabs has been. We need to have a count and we should have a particular. So next is creating an instance of the tab layout. Creating an instance of the tab layout. So uh, so in the main activity, as soon as you in the Android Studio, as soon as you create a project, there will be a main activity. So in the main activity, there is a method on create method. So within the on create method, we need to create an instance. Okay, you need to create an instance. What instance? Of the tab layout. Of the tab layout, we need to create an instance from the element which you have been used in the XML layout, that is tab underscore layout. And for that, we need to set the text. We need to set the text by using an add tab method. Okay. So from this particular example, so as you see within the on create, we will be creating an instance of a tab layout from the view. So how first we are going to find out the particular element by the find view by ID. And then we are going to use add tab and you are going to set the text. For how many tabs you have, for that much you need to add tab method should be used. We need to add that particular tab and you need to set the text for that particular tab. So this set the tabs to fill the entire layout. We're using this set tab grant. So from this, you are going to extract the string resource. Okay. That is top stories to label 1, label 2, label 3. So it means that whatever within the string file, you will be using the resources, that resource can be used. So after implementing fragment and after adding a page or header, create an instance of tab layout, we need to manage the screen views. Okay, so how we are going to manage the screen views? So in fragments, within the fragment, if you are using the fragments, we need to manage the screen views and we need to set the listener. So it means which particular tab has been clicked. So for that, we need to use pager adapter, where we need to use this pager adapter within the on create method. Within the on create method, we need to use a pager adapter. So by using this pager adapter, we can manage the page views within the fragment. Okay. So whatever the each screen is represented by its own fragment. Okay. Whatever the screen will be we are using. So each particular screen has its own fragment. So you need to set the listener. Why we need to set this listener? So if we set this listener, we can determine which tab is tabbed. Okay, which tab is tapped or which tab is clicked. So this particular code says, so this is an example code how we need to use this. So within the on create method, you need to use pager adapter. So if you are using a pager adapter, we can manage the page views in the fragment. So each page is represented by its own fragment. Okay. So this is how you can use the page adapter. So there is an override method on tab selected, on tab unselected, on tab reselected. You need to implement this override method. So if you select on tab selected method, so what we are going to perform? If you unselect the particular tab, what we are going to perform? All along it should be written within this three overridden methods. So next is after managing the screens, using a view pager for swipe views. So we need to, for swiping the views, okay, we are going to use a view pager. So what is this view pager? View pager is a layout manager. So this view pager layout manager so helps the user to flip left to right through the pages or the screens of the content. So for example, in your news application, as I said, so if you are having a different categories, you have a different childs, you can say different childs on the different tabs. For example, entertainment or any cricket news, so likewise, etc. So if you click on cricket, it should go to the that particular screen. That is one more child. So if you again that is selected tab. So if you reselect again the entertainment child or entertainment tab, so it will go to that particular screen contents. So for that we can have a view pager to layout as a layout manager. So by swiping we can manage. So view pager is often used in conjunction with the fragments, as I said. So when we are using a view pager, it will be used within the with the help of fragments. Where if you are using the fragments, so it will be a convenient way so that you can manage the life cycle of each page. So as we know that there will be a life cycle for each activity, so you can also manage the life cycles of each particular page. So view pager also provides the ability to swipe pages horizontally. Okay. So in this previous example, what we see, so view pager within the root layout, where we can switch the child screen, and also it provides an ability to swipe from one child screen to the another child. So swipe views are more appropriate, okay, while similar to the content of SIP. So this is about the lateral navigation. Okay. Have you guys understood?